r/ask Reddit. What is the worst impulse purchase you have ever made? I spent $1,800 on the Royal Blue Beanie Baby peanut in 1999. Okay, you win. That has to be more embarrassing than a drug addiction, and no one applauds you when you finally stop buying Beanie Babies. I would have killed for that elephant in 1999, but even then, the point was to sell it, not buy it for that much $. Damn those Beanie Baby buyer's guides and their projected values. A $400 standalone CD burner in 2001. That's when it was popular to burn CDs. This is like Randy Marsh buying the Blockbuster on a much smaller scale. The student at work bought a $1,200 Nakamachi cassette deck, gold plated. Back then it would be a good chunk of the money he earned that term. A $2,000 glass bowl on the island of Murano in Italy. They get you trapped there watching the beautiful glass being blown. Then before you know it, the little token you bought and shipped back to the US cost $2,000. Worst of all, they inscribed the name of the girl I was with on the bottom. We'd broken up by the time the bowl reached me. So brilliant me tried to recreate the glass blowing experience and tried to melt off her name with my kitchen torch. Boom. $2,000 of shattered glass everywhere. If that was Murano crystal, it was probably worth the money. The fact that you tried to melt off the name, man. My mom also got suckered into buying one of these bowls. Funny thing was she paid the $1,600 or whatever for the bowl, and when they told her it would be $400 to ship she said no way. So she carried a bowl around. Mind you, it was probably 2 feet in diameter to every city in Italy we went to, including the rides on trains, planes, and automobiles. But I'll be damned if that thing isn't still piled with fruit to this day every time I go home. 3/4 of the games in my Steam library. But not buying them is like losing money. Banker here, I like your thinking. You'll go far here. Shirts that are just a little too tight. Thought process. I'm on a diet. It will fit soon. Just did that yesterday with high-waisted shorts. It was such a goddamn dilemma in the dressing room. They were on sale, so I had no choice, right? Fingers crossed my diet keeps going. Keep it up. You can do it. A battery-powered Uzi-shaped water gun, which is a range of 25 feet, according to the sales spiel on the box. I bought it as a pigeon deterrent. It doesn't work at all, and the pigeons continue to mercilessly mock me. To truly defeat the pigeons, you must become pigeon yourself and attack from the inside. Shave until completely hairless. Submerge in a bath of grey paint. Roll around in feathers. Once you have pigeoned, perch in a tree and wait. Once you have done this, I will PM you further instructions. They have accepted me into their society, but I find myself unable to destroy them. I know who they truly are, what they want, what they believe, and I cannot help but love them the way they love themselves. As a horny teen who just discovered womb capture, I decided to pay for a proper dirty cam session with a girl on the basis that I could watch it back whenever, without realizing what I was doing. Womb capture picked up the square my cam was in instead. I paid $20 plus dollars for a tiny video of myself fapping. Did you keep the video? I did actually. I'll have a look for it. TBH, I'm not that keen to put a video of me fapping up anyway, mind. A can opener at the dollar store. It can't open any cans. It is the most useless object in the galaxy. A can't opener? Your worst impulse purchase ever was at a dollar store? VIP room entrance at a strip club. We're talking $400 just to get in. Then drinks. Then tip. And for what? Blue balls. It physically hurt to make that purchase. My buddy disappeared at a club in Vegas for a couple hours. $1,500 later we found him in the champagne room. The next day we calculated all the other things he could have done for the same price in Vegas. It involved a helicopter, fully automatic weapons, exotic cars, escorts, and lighting a cigar with a $100 bill just for good measure. He settled for blue balls. I bought $600 worth of paintball gear and played for a total of 1 month. I bought 20 markers, 2 buckets of balls, a bunch of cylinders, some gear, and an air compressor, because my friends thought it would be fun to play on the 50-acre farm I just married. We never played, not once. Wanna buy a 9-year-old, never used paintball marker, or a 3200C air compressor? You married a farm? Bacon flavored vodka. For the love of all things holy, do not ever buy bacon flavored vodka. On the other hand, do buy Fruit Loops flavored vodka. The only reason to get bacon flavored vodka is if you are making Bloody Marys or Caesars. It does kick it up a notch, however tastes horrible with any other drink. I sold an aquarium for $100 last week. On the way home I saw a man selling bonsai trees on the side of the road, so I bought a $100 bonsai tree. Please, tell me you didn't start the conversation with, well, I've only got $100 to spend. A wallet that looked like a piece of toast. It cost nearly 20 quid, all just to pull a dad joke off. How much will that be? £3. Just let me see if I had enough bread. Terrible joke. Terrible wallet. I once rode the bus to work when my car broke down. Was pestered by this nun seating beside me asking for help because the parish needed some repairs or something. She wouldn't stop talking. Bear in mind that I'm pretty stressed out cause my car just broke down, so I proceed to just ask what she wanted. She tells me she's giving out pictures of the Virgin Mary to anyone who donated. I offer $20. The lewd nun blurts out that each picture was worth $50. I'm now really annoyed, but thinking that the woman's a nun, I relent to the $50. But I only got 20s and 100s on my wallet. I offer the 100. She says she's got no change. I suddenly notice that I'm very near my stop. She suggests that I just take 2 pictures. I panic. The bus has already stopped. With a pretty crazed mind, I relent. When I got off the bus I realized what I just did and give myself a WTF just happened moment. I was pretty bummed out the whole day. Threw the pictures into trash when I got into the office. To this day, almost 2 years later, I'm still haunted by that nun's evil smile. Too long didn't read. A nun cajoles me into buying 2 pictures of the Virgin Mary for $100. Most likely, a fake nun. They probably weren't even real Virgin Mary photos. I'm not certain that she was a nun, but I am certain that you were gently robbed. Sorry dude. Well, today I went to a guy's house because he was advertising a 22 inches Asus monitor on CL. I walked out with 8 of them. Been up all night trying to figure out how to hook them all up. You'll need a few GFX cards. Not enough boat mentions in here. Infamous for the best 2 days of being a boat owner. The day you buy the boat and the day you sell it. I was really depressed one night because my girlfriend at the time had said that she wanted us to take a break. So, in my emotionally fragile state, I somehow ended up buying a $500 sword and a $700 suit of armor. Did that armor protect your feelings? Probably not. Am I allowed to say the sum of all my microtransactions for any free-to-play game? Electric guitar plus amp. I don't know how to play guitar. Why not learn? That's how I started. Take some lessons. Have sex with the teacher. I'm only seeing positives here. My guitar teacher was a massive blonde Viking metal guy. It would have been rough. A $1,200 lap dance in Vegas. Yeah, I'm going to need to know what the hell he could have done that's worth $1,200. He worked in Vegas at a strip club. The town has its cheap sides, and its not so cheap sides. People get lured into tourist traps, free limo rides, Zoa, after being fed tons of free booze, and being up just a couple $100. No adverts in Vegas say, good times at discounted prices. A city bus. I made a living on eBay while in college and would buy and sell anything as long as it was legal. I was at a municipal surplus property auction and we got to a row of brand name city buses. Nobody was bidding and they were starting each bus to show that it was in running condition. They started bidding at about $10,000. The auctioneer worked his way down to $500 and I finally threw up my hand. Nobody else bid. They proceed to sell about 15 buses for $500 to $700 each. I only bought one. After the auction was over I felt pretty good about it. I saw some on eBay that had sold for several thousand. I do not have a CDL, so I hired a driver and we went a few hours later to pick it up. We get onto I-85 in Charlotte and he quickly realizes that the transmission will not shift into third gear. So here we are. going about 20 miles per hour in second gear, while cars are blowing past us at 70 screaming obscenities out their windows. I tell the driver to turn around and we take back roads to the auction site. Everything is sold as is, so I knew I was stuck. I noticed a diesel mechanic a few miles away and attempted to sell it to them for what I paid. They weren't interested, so I now had to get rid of a bus before the end of the business day. I ended up signing the bus over to the diesel mechanic for free, and I'm certain he sold it for scrap and made a good bit of money. I hung my head in shame, paid the driver for his work, and went home $700 poorer. Too long didn't read. I impulsively bought a city bus at an auction for $500 and gave it away in the span of about 8 hours. I spent about €100 on some huge, heavy, overpriced, subpar art books from a museum in Rome. I had to pay extra to get them home due to the extreme weight, and in my shame I have never read them. I bought a second suit when I went to the store just to buy one. I was young and stupid and just got some money with a real job. The person helping me pick out a suit was a beautiful young woman with a seductive accent, and she told me I could get this second suit for 50% off and it looked really good on me. I bought it, took it home and immediately had buyer's remorse. It was a terrible, ugly suit and I've never worn it. I don't want to be seen out in public wearing it. You could try to sell it, but if you want to feel good about the whole thing, donate it. There was a church in my old neighborhood with a collection of suits they'd lend out to people in need. There's people who can't afford a suit, but need one for a job interview, funeral, parole hearings, etc. Even if you don't like it, it could help someone who wouldn't have one at all otherwise. It could really help someone out. Ex-wife's engagement ring. Well, if it was an impulse buy, that was probably a bad start. Cigarettes. At least the first time of many counts right. Worst purchase ever. Yellow stilettos. I can't wear them because they have a 6-inch heel and I feel like I'm going to die in them. So they are now just collecting dust in my shoe rack. At a Leonard Cohen concert I bought a beautiful loser shirt. Wore it once. Someone asked me if it was an ad for a weight loss club. A second-hand airsoft gun. I bought it for €70 somewhere in France. I don't even remember where. Some parts were missing but I didn't care cause when I saw it I thought with that gun I'd be the shit. I couldn't wait to go home and show it to my friends. Turned out one of my friends had somewhat the same airsoft gun, but then with all the parts included. He bought it for €30. Brand new. I felt so stupid. So I told them I bought it for €25. Even then they told me I made a bad purchase. If only they knew. My Xbox 360's power brick melted from too much use. Instead of waiting to buy a new brick, my brother and I pooled our money and bought another Xbox the same day. On the bright side, I've gotten better with my money. He has not. I paid £150 for an industrial label maker. I used it to print labels onto every conceivable thing, including family members. But I grew bored of it shortly thereafter. I ended up selling it on eBay for money which I later spent on cookies and hose. Then you got a walkie-talkie, dropped it in a well and pranked people that you were a small boy stuck in there, only to let your smart ass sister make you realize that you labeled your walkie-talkie. You try to climb down the well to fetch your radio, only to get stuck yourself. The community you pranked doesn't want to help you anymore, until your dad and some crazy Scottish groundkeeper start digging towards your rescue. Too long didn't read Simpsons, did it? $1,000 personal trainer for 3 months. Started off great, ended with a very messy breakup. Got wasted before a carnival and spent $250 trying to win a 50-inch LCD TV. The carnival worker stopped me. Yes, you read that right. The carny told me enough was enough. Made off with a stuffed lion though. So who's the idiot now? I bought a train phone. It looks and sounds like a little caboose. The price wasn't bad. Maybe $12 or so from a thrift shop. But that thing is damn annoying when it rings. Sadly, my dad fell in love with it and won't disconnect it. Oh well. Edit. Is an engine, not a caboose. Burger King breakfast. Went in wanting some greasy as hell hash browns. Came out with greasy as hell hash browns. Pretty much every time I am feeling lucky and I buy a scratch off or a lottery ticket, and I never even win a damn dollar. Whoa. You made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.